Welcome to the final 10-race stretch of the Robby Gordon season mode. Today we begin the chase for the Sprint Cup at Chicago. I won 25 races in the regular season. That's out of 26, mind you. So because we won that many times, I racked up 75 bonus points. Nobody else in the chase grid actually won a race. The only other guy who's won a race this season was David Reagan. He didn't make it by a country mile. My 75-point advantage means I actually have a one-race advantage above everybody in the chase. But Greg Biffle, Brad Keselowski, Matt Kenseth, Martin Truex Jr., Dale Jr., Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson, Dennis, Jamie McMurray, Marco Sambrose, and Carl Edwards are the chase contenders for the 2013 Sprint Cup title. You know, unfortunately, Travis Pastrana didn't make it. Kyle Busch's last-ditch effort at Richmond didn't pay off. But overall, this chase grid is pretty strong. And I know people keep talking about, over the course of this week, Ross Chastain's made a lot of enemies, which may hurt him in his chances for the 2022 title. Well, Robby Gordon here has made an enemy with every single driver in the field, so this will be the ultimate attempt at a championship. And remember, it's Robby Gordon's final 10 career Cup starts, too. He ain't coming back. His Stadium Soup Trucks is going to go down. And, you know, there's David Reagan's standing in the points. Sets 29th. He could get as high as, 13th. But he does have, the one win at Bristol. Almost won, actually, the second Bristol race. And got a runner-up finish in the Summer Loudon race. So, honestly, pretty good season for David Reagan. And then dead last, Joe Nemechek. That's normal. There's nothing out of the ordinary there. So, with today being the first race of the Chase for the Sprint Cup, we head on to Chicago, which, by the way, it's very criminal that NASCAR no longer races at this racetrack. I'm going to be going for a very borderline strategy. I'm going to try to do Chicago on one stop. So I might give up a lot of time in the first stint of the race just trying to make it out to lap 27 and then pit and then never come back to pit road. If we do get a caution somewhere in the race, that eliminates me having to back the pace way down. Preferably, I would like to see a caution.
Okay, you made it into the chase, but now the hard work really starts. It's you against the very best drivers, and you're going to need to be at the top of your game for the next 10 races, pal.
All right, so I did some major custom setup work, as you can tell by my very creative name of that setup. But the default setup for Chicago is just horribly tight. I had to do a lot of work to get the car loose enough to actually corner. Look at the front and rear sway bar. Pretty big differential from front and rear because I wanted to make the car loose. My adjustments are greater than that. As you can tell, I knocked a lot of air pressure out of all four tires. That's really what I'm going to have to back down because the car is loose. I'm kind of worried about right rear tire wear. So I'll probably have to back the pace down for the first stint to get to the end of lap 27. I'm also going to try to qualify on my race setup, so we'll see how that goes.
The further up the field you are, the less cars you have to pass during the race. So go earn yourself a good spot in the pack.
All right, so RGM's goal for this chase run, the next 10 races, as if we weren't already doing this, but we're going to try to beat the crap out of the field in the worst possible way for them. Even worse than Jimmy Johnson when he went on his tear of 5 consecutive championships. All right, so we're going to take some focus for this lap. Like I said, qualifying on race setup, so let's see what we can get out of this.
Here we go, man. You know what you got. Keep an eye on that pole position.
One and two went well. Wasn't expecting that. It actually hooked up. All right, here we come. Second lap is not going to be better than this. Let's see what we got.
That's it.
Not pole, that was second.
Come on, bite that wheel.
I think second might actually be a good thing because that's going to be outside line. Yeah, just not enough. I'll take the second, though. Out-qualified all the chasers.
Out there, top 5, man. That's what I'm talking about. You're going to be right up in the front of the pack for this race. Let's go on and win this.
Like I said, I'm totally fine with qualifying outside pole. I'm going to have the outside line coming off a 2. And like I said, I did out-qualify every single chase for the Sprint Cup contender. By the way, how about Marcos in 6th? He's actually going after a really good chase run. Matt Kenseth, 9th. Greg Biffle's back in 14th. Martin Truex Jr., 13th. David Reagan down in 30th. And Travis Kvapil dead last. Not Joe Nemechek, but I mentioned in the last episode that the goal of this chase run pretty much becomes to get Travis Kvapil top 10.
Give it everything you've got out there, and you could end the day in victory lane. Good luck, buddy.
Today we're in Joliet, Illinois to bring you coverage of the Geico 400. With Hall of Famer Darrell Waltrip, I'm Mike Joy.
Mike, this track lays out just a little bit different. It's not your typical mile and a half. It's got a little bit of a turn down the back straightaway, which sets up for third turn a little different than some of the other mile and a halves we go to. Very interesting racetrack.
Tony Stewart's won 3 times, including last year, and Kevin Harvick twice. They've got to be among the favorites.
I think so, but Tony Stewart's got a great average finish here of 8.7, so you got to keep an eye on those smoke. He won this race last year.
Now that the points have been reset after Richmond, any one of the 12 Chase drivers would love to get their chase for the Sprint Cup started off with a win.
Boogity, 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 let's go racing, boys and girls. Look, man, nothing over the top today. Got a great car, great driver, and great pit crew.
Kyle Busch doing some wiggling, and I'm going to close off that inside line into 1, mainly because I can.
Car 3 back.
That's Kyle Busch got actually a pretty good restart, or start rather. I overdrove 3.
Watch your inside.
Oh, Reddick line.
Car down low. Way to go, buddy. You're holding a fast time right now.
You saw the car bottom out. Believe it or not, it didn't feel that bad. Looked bad. And I am now the leader. Look at Marcos.
He's right on you.
Oh, this is perfect. Are you telling me we could have a Robby Gordon, Marcus Ambrose championship battle? That's what I've always wanted. The AIs at this track struggle really, really bad off turn 4 for some reason. Turn 1 and 2, they're actually better than me. Through 4, it's almost like they step on the brakes. Like they just check up so much. It's one of those weird AI things. If I had to guess, it kind of looks like they're trying to like merge onto the pit road line.
On the bottom, 3 back.
See, look at
Low side.
right beneath me, there's Ambrose, and then he just disappears off turn 4. I don't know what's up with that, but it's just one of those crazy, weird NASCAR the game things.
50 to go.
Just the way the
5-0.
AIs
You
work.
can do this.
I mean, why do they have a habit of pitting twice at almost every track when you can just make it happen on one stop? Same reason. All right, so now I have to be careful not to slide that right rear because I need to make that right rear last. And I am
Stay up.
not making that corner happen.
Inside's clear.
All right, so now I got to figure out what the right
3
way to
back,
save
coming
is.
low.
Because I don't want to lose that much track position while trying to, save probably 1 lap of gas and also conserve that right rear tire. I've talked about this before, but if you're going to do a strategy where you're going to save, you can't just save within the last 5 or so laps of that strategy. You got to commit very, very early. And that's what I'm doing now. I got the first couple laps in just to try to spread the field out. Now is when the legitimate
Stay up
strategy element of my race
top.
kicks
3
in.
wide, 2 inside. Left side's
And
clear.
as you can see, I'm actually keeping the lead doing this. You'd think, with a guy trying to both save gas and conserve a tire at the same time, the AIs would at least be able to just slip right by me. But it seems like the only way they're going to pass me is if I really wall it, which could happen. Just doing what I'm doing right now.
Car low. 3 wide.
You notice
2
the AIs
inside.
check up enough, typically. Kyle Busch didn't.
Clear
Most of
left
the time,
side.
they've been checking up enough to where it doesn't matter.
At your door, up top.
Ooh, Kyle just pinched me down
On the
right there.
bottom. Clear up top.
But yeah, I don't care that Kyle's leading. It has no impact on me. I just need to get my right rear tire out to the end of lap 27. It's not about being the fastest in the beginning. It's about taking checkered flags and putting the whooping on them in the points. By the way, that was that big checkup off 4. Just a man trying to save gas, and they're still going slower on the exit of turn 4 than me. So Dennis just pulled a pretty slick move to get the lead off of Kyle Busch.
He's coming on the inside.
Ooh,
Got one
that
working
was,
the bottom.
I thought I was going to hit the wall there.
Nice pass, man. Keep working.
This thing's dancing
On
around,
the low side.
okay? It might not look like it, but I'm trying my hardest to keep the thing under control. Because, I don't want to slide it too much and make that right rear tire upset at me.
Inside.
But at the same time, I'm doing a pretty good job of keeping pace. Because this is me backing off to save gas. And I'm still, it looks like I'm scrapping for the lead, but I'm actually not. I'm not even really trying.
Keep it steady. Clear it out
Well,
low.
that was your fault, buddy.
Caution
There's a
out.
caution I wanted. So now I can just easily make it to lap 27. I'm not pitting this time, by the way. Kyle Busch tried to cut up in front of somebody who was coming on the top side 20 miles an hour faster. That's actually something Dale Jr. used to do a lot. Actually, twice to Mark Martin. You remember? Dale would just commit to... Man, Kyle Busch slammed that wall. But Dale would just commit to the top. Anybody who cut up in front of him, he'd just floor his way through. A lot of the field pitted.
These fans are on their feet.
A little bit surprised about that.
Stay down.
All right, so I'm up here with Kevin Harvick, Logano.
One up top.
See, the reason I didn't want to pit is because this is not a track where I trust myself to get through traffic well. I think track position's better for me, personally, to limit the amount of times I wreck. Although it looks like we might be wrecking in 3 right here. I don't like what we're doing.
Car up top. Still up high. Fight
Yep.
back, man. Fight back.
Okay, that was my fault. I will admit to that. But
We gotta go to work now.
we did not get a caution, so I'm looping it.
Caution is out.
I should have probably just lifted. But you know what? Have I ever been that kind of guy to just lift out of a potential wreck? Of course not. So now I'm going to put my traffic management skills to the ultimate test. I guess this does change up my strategy a little bit. First pit stop of the chase for Robby Gordon Motorsports, although it's not going to matter. I'm going to restart last anyway. It's a morale stop, though, for the team. No Robby Gordon race would be complete without a last first challenge being somewhere in the middle of the race. Okay, the time is now. Dennis and Casey Kane front row, but Marcos sets third. Now this is when we get to prove how much the field hates us, because I have to pass every single one of them. What line do I want? Probably the top, because that's just going to be where they're not, but that's never guaranteed. That's what happened with me and Kyle Busch, so really screw it. I'm just going to pass where they are not, literally. Not just commit to one line, but if I see an opening, I'm taking it. This is the chase. Can't screw around, man. Can't screw around. And I just proved my point. Wasn't quite expecting them to check up, because if you saw, there was a big gap between him and the car in front of him. Clint Boyer stepped on the brakes. I was not having it. Not pitting. I guess they're going to check up and bog down on the bottom. I guess I'm just supposed to expect that. Marcos is the leader. I mean, chase contender right there. Who'd have thought that this would become like the Marcos versus Robby Gordon. Jesus. The Marcos versus Robby Gordon Championship in Cup. There you go, it's only fitting. It's just going to be memories of Montreal every single time.
Whoa, don't let her get away. You're waving the yellow, caution's out.
I have no words. That was a slow motion wreck. It took me 15 miles to finally wreck. At least I got Dennis pretty good. Notice the theme of these Robby Gordon races. If I'm out front early and nothing happens, then just nothing happens for the whole race. We just run away with it. But if I get kicked to the back early, the whole first half of the race turns into a wreck fest. 4 tires, repair damage.
We're standing by.
Ray's got to be used to it at this point. So now I can say there's pretty much no strategy to this race. Okay, so the front row this time is Dale Jr., Marcus Ambrose. David Stremme is in third, and restarting dead last. Only a couple laps outside of the fuel window, by the way. So let's see how this restart goes. I'm on the inside, so that means they're probably going to check up bad. I learned that a couple restarts ago. Oh, I snuck right up in front of Josh Wise and almost wrecked myself. Rear end was trying to go around there. All right, so let's see how much hay I can make. All right, good momentum. Just shove David Gill into the wall. Very fitting. Going off our run-in at Richmond. There they go. There they go again. Let's see what happened this time. Wasn't my fault. Reflector walls. Michael McDowell hit it, shot him all the way across the racetrack, killed the 51, and Regan Smith actually not within the pit window. So I'm going to stay out, and then next caution I'm pitting. Because, yeah, I'm still way outside the fuel window. So next yellow, though, definitely coming down, and I'm up to 24th, by the way. I cheesed a bunch of spots because about half the field pitted. All right, so now I don't have to feel quite as bad about myself because the AIs have proven that they suck at this, too.
Keep a good pace. You're doing great.
And you're going to bog down big.
One inside. Stay up top. You're good right there. Inside.
They are just wadding.
3 wide. 2 inside.
Why is Joe Nemechek up here? That's just probably causing more issues than anything else. Probably one of the reasons why we're wadding so bad.
Car inside you. Looking inside. Come on, man. Eyes on the prize. Let's
All right.
do this now.
Car's stepping out, and I wrecked it.
Coming low. Run to caution here.
I wrecked a lot of them. The problem was I needed the whole racetrack plus 2 lanes of the apron to save that. And you don't always get that luxury, because I was 45 degrees sideways. The good part of it is that I didn't take the brunt of the impact. That was Almirola. Now I get to pit.
You want to come in?
And I think I'm good to go to the finish. Ooh, somebody wrecked. I don't know what that was about. Joe Nemechek sighting in 8th position. So this restart's going to be dangerous. I guess they really did wreck out because they're no longer scored. I'm going to restart down 42nd, and I think I'm good to go on fuel. I might need to save some. Now, the question is, did that car that was wrecked get off the racetrack? Because sometimes they don't. Yeah, they did not get off the racetrack, did they? Okay. Almirola just creeping it around. And just, all right, whatever. I don't have to pit, because I just did. Now I'm definitely good to make it on gas. Like, I don't even have to worry about it now. I don't know what that was about. I hope Almirola's not on the track still. He is not on the track. He actually is. He's just behind us. Me and Martin, by the way, lined up.
One inside.
Let's see where this goes.
Looking really good right here.
Oh, yeah, the field checking up. Big.
To your left.
Sneaking by Truex.
You're good low. Car inside, just looking.
Saved it.
3 wide, you're in the middle.
I saved it.
Put it on the left.
We didn't even get a caution. That's how good I saved that thing. I'm becoming such a professional at this, I'm telling you. What, I only caused 5 cautions? Now I'm getting so good, I don't even need to start a caution, but I can still wreck people. Hey, look at Matt Kenseth back here. And Carl Edwards. And Truex is putting it up the top 3 wide. You see that? He's trying to make moves, probably because he sees this big orange 07 closing in on him. Checking up.
Doing great, man. Car outside.
Oh, that was not a space that could easily fit 3 cars, but we made that happen. I'm really, really making that right rear tire upset. I got to back off the sliding. Control that slip angle, you know what I'm saying?
Outside, trying to get to your corner.
So you got to really modulate the throttle not to slip the rear end. There we go.
Boy, you just got to be smooth and calm. 10-4.
I passed Truex, and I didn't wreck him.
Car inside.
All right, Martin, you got to try something?
Clear on the inside.
You're just going to go to the bottom?
Looking low. At your door on the bottom.
I got him trapped behind Scott Speed. That's professional lap car action right there.
Stay focused. Put it on the left.
We got a car pitting. I have no idea what that's about. That might be the 2-stop thing I was thinking would happen. Ooh, Dave Blaney just checked up down the middle of the straightaway.
All clear. Rear.
Look at that momentum.
Clear left side.
I mean, we are just flying.
Way to go. Good job.
Coming off 4,
Really good. Come on, man.
and I almost destroyed 2 Roush cars doing
Go
that.
top. One inside.
All right, look at
3
this.
wide,
I'm
2
going to have to
inside.
really
Car front's heading to the pit.
make some maneuvers.
Clear.
Ooh, I almost wrecked myself. Mark,
Car closing on the inside.
I mean, he was just stepping on the brakes on the straightaway. Marcos running it right up the middle. That was some speed right there.
Low side.
Well, he ain't in the chase for nothing, I can tell you
Car
that.
inside, just looking.
Oh, we got guys pitting. And we got a
Buddy.
train that has formed up and a wreck
Back her down.
that I have caused. Not the first time I've ran over Casey Kane. In fact, I did it 2 races ago. Not very happy about that, because I probably should have just let that cycle happen. You know what? I actually want the tires. I want that advantage. Yeah, for the most part, I think everybody's going to pit, and I'm definitely within the window now. It's funny, Casey Kane's actually in front of me, even though I wrecked him. So yeah, I think I just self-eliminated the whole double stop thing, and now I just have to go up there and win for real. I don't know what we're doing. That's a lot of cars in one area trying to exit the pits. Okay, so the top 7 actually stayed out. I'm going to restart 28th. So I got a lot of cars I have to pass, but I do think that pitting was the right call. All right, so this is going to take a good restart if I want to actually win this race. It's kind of good for Casey Kane that he did not get kicked to the back.
On your rear. Car tucked in behind you. The driver in first, 2 seconds ahead.
All right, so let's see how much they wad. Travis just clocked the wall, but
Car in front,
they're probably going to wad up front. We got a car that's headed to the pits. So watch out.
You got this. Nice work, man.
Why didn't you just pit when given the option?
3 wide, 2 low. Inside.
We're wadding. We're doing 4. This is not going to work. Because they got way too many cars in one spot.
Car inside at your door.
Something colossal is going to happen.
Inside.
Yep, there it was.
Nice pass.
Floor it.
4 wide.
Cutting nobody any breaks. It's a chase race.
Your next victim right there. Car inside.
We got to make it happen. Bobby Labonte just passed me. And so did Jeff Burton, actually.
Car in front's heading to the pit.
Oh, my God, this is...
Okay, man. Nice and smooth.
This is ridiculous. I actually love it. Going to the top.
Inside at your door.
It's people wiggling.
Inside. Stay up.
Oh, man.
On the low side.
Here we come.
Every position
Up
is
to
4
third.
points.
And we've got about 12 laps to go. You have to put in some fast laps here, and I think the game might just glitch right there. Graphical thing. So the field checks up bad
The leader's a
off
second
turn
ahead.
4. I need to just manage this gap through 1 and 2 to try to stay with them at this end, but then pounce in 3 and 4. And I'm actually better than them in both ends, it looks like now. Car's handling is not going very good. 10 laps to go.
10 to go.
Got 2 Hendrick cars to try to shake out. Dale Jr., Jimmy Johnson. Me and Dale have a big feud dating back to Bristol.
Car in front's heading to the pit.
Car in front's headed to the pit, huh? Really? Is that Jimmy Johnson pitting? You are kidding me, and you are stupid.
Keep that momentum. Keep that momentum.
All right, you also screwed over your teammate, Robby Gordon, to the lead.
9 to go.
9 laps to go in the chase opener. Please, no cautions. You see, they can hang with me really good through 1 and 2, though. Really, really
Car
good.
2 back.
I wonder if Dale's got a pit, though.
Car on the bottom, 1 back. Clear left.
He drove in good. Just has nothing off. Absolutely nothing, actually. And now I'm going to put a lap car between us. Hopefully Casey Mears blocks him. Yes, he does. I think I bribed Jermaine for this.
7 to go.
All right, so Dale Jr. is about 1 second back, but he is not pitted. I really don't know why Johnson had to. Cool thing is I don't have to worry about tire wear. I can tell you that. You know, we still actually have people pitting, so I'm not really sure what the strategy looks like for a lot of the people behind us, especially Earnhardt. Because I thought he and Johnson were on the same strategy, but I might be completely wrong about that. Yeah, we got 3 cars in the pits this time. That's awful late to be pitting. That would have to be like a splash and go, I'd hope. Caught the wall, but I didn't wreck.
5 5 to go.
5 laps to go.
Keep digging, buddy. It's not over yet.
Hey, look, there's Almirola. Still somehow in it. Jumping to the outside, I thought I was going to wreck.
Clear low.
You know, for as many wrecks as I have caused, I'm impressed by no DNFs. So now with 4 laps to go, 2.2 seconds is a margin above Earnhardt. I think that's Juan Montoya in front of us. Yes, in fact, it is. Hey, wait, is that Kenseth? Are you telling me Kenseth pitted this late? Boy, that's a big sacrifice of points. That is not good for Matt's hopes.
Keep digging.
And I am really destroying that right rear tire right now. I wonder if I can lap Kenseth. Probably not, because he's got great tires in comparison. But still sucks coming off turn 4. I'm going to give him a little bit of a courtesy bump right there. Just trying to stay with him, because it would be funny to lap him. Might be able to get him here. Yep, jumping to the outside. White flag, race official.
This is what we work for. You got it. We can do this all day. Clear on the inside. Car inside, trying to get to your corner. Got one working the bottom.
Me and Matt putting on a good scrap right now. He's going to use Dave Blaney as a pick on me.
Inside's clear.
Yep, Matt.
Car inside you.
I couldn't lap him,
Go high.
but I win.
Yeah.
And I managed to wreck at the same time.
Great teamwork. Take your time,
Couldn't
buddy.
lap
Give
Matt.
us a good burnout.
But I managed to make him hate me more, and I did win the chase opener. Everybody can suck it. 9 races to go. I got 26 race wins. Richard Petty, I'm coming for you. We can make it happen. Next week, I think either Dover or Loudon. Pretty sure Loudon.
They're loving you for that one, man.
That's how you get the win at Chicago, though. Totally backwards. I'll do the victory lap for that one. Matt Kenseth has all the more reason to hate me, but I wouldn't have it any other way. And so there's the full victory lap. I got to figure out how to blow this thing up. Got to overcorrect it. Wasn't good enough.
Way to go.
There we go. Took 2 hits, but we still got it. That's a chase win. 1 race before we get to 27 race wins. Now that is how you start a championship run in the chase. Win 26. Did it backwards.
It doesn't get much better than that. Now let's keep it going for the next race.
So it looks like me and Marcus Ambrose were the only 2 drivers in the field to set a sub 30-second lap. I win. Dale Earnhardt Jr. got second, though. I'm impressed with that. He actually didn't pit late in the race, which is normally what the AIs do, so I'm happy he didn't. Greg Biffle third. Good points day for him. You know, top 10 for the most part makes sense until you see Trevor Bayne in 5th. That is a great run for that 21 car. Hey, wait a minute. David Reagan finishes in 19th. Why couldn't he do that in the regular season? Kyle Busch, who won the pole for this race, finished 14th. Martin Truex Jr. 12th. Marcos got 21st. Jimmy Johnson 35th. By the way, Matt Kenseth 38th. And actually, he was down a lap. I just couldn't get him 2 laps down. That's such a Robby Gordon thing to do, is to wreck coming to the line trying to put a guy not just 1 lap down, but a 2nd lap down. That insignificant. And Eric Almirola dead last. Yeah, Joe Nemechek 36th. Not last, and only 1 lap down. The game just crashed when I tried to click continue. That's going to be interesting. Let's see if any of that crap saved. All right, so let's see. Did it save? Yes. Following the first race of the chase, I now have an 80-point advantage above Dale Earnhardt Jr. Greg Biffle 3rd, Dennis 4th, BK in 5th, Jeff Gordon 6th, Martin Truex Jr. falls down to 7th. Carl Edwards goes all the way up to 8th. McMurray in 9th. Marcos in 10th. Jimmy Johnson 11th. And Matt Kenseth drops all the way down to 12th. Look at this. The actual 2013 champion and the actual 2013 runner-up set 11th and 12th. That is not a good way for those 2 to open up their chase. Now, I do have to admit, I think I was somewhat right about the field treating me worse now that the chase begins, but it still doesn't matter. Because you know what? The power of Robby Gordon Motorsports, a team that really gels and connects, is greater than any amount of hatred. So anyway, that does it for today's edition of the Robby Gordon Season Mode. The chase opener, only 9 races left. And by the way, next race, we have a very, very good chance of tying Richard Petty's record for wins. The next race is at Loudon, by the way, and you recall how ridiculous of a race that was in the summer race. Lots to look forward to in these last 9 races, and also we need to see if any of the rest of the field is going to get back to me, like Truex and Kyle Busch especially. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I've got a Patreon set up as well. Last 9 Robby Gordon editions coming up soon, as well as whatever else I decide to release on this channel.